And once again, it's time for another installment of Your Life Matters with clinical social worker Dr. Beth Plachetka from Safe Harbor Counseling and Dr. Beth Speaks. And we have Dr. Beth in studio once again. Good morning, Doctor. How are we today?
Good morning, Mike. I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing all right as we close in on Valentine's Day. Last week we had a topic that focused on love languages, that type of thing, and kind of keeping that same theme with the love in the air for Valentine's Day.
We're keeping
right?
love in the air. We are. And today's topic is one I think they're habits that people tend to avoid because they're afraid they're going to hurt someone. And if they really care about the person, they don't want to bring up something that they think could be painful. And so they avoid it until there's an explosion. So I thought maybe before they get to the therapist's office in a fight, we could probably talk about some things that we could do.
Sure.
So when we think about, if we love somebody, we want what's best for them, whether it's health, wealth, happiness, character, integrity, whatever it is, we want them to get the best of what that is. So what that means is nobody gets it right to begin with. We're not born perfect. We're born to begin the process of getting closer to perfection. I don't think we ever achieve it except for a half a second, then we have to do it over again. So it requires growth and change. It requires updating and education and correcting and changing outgrown habits. Now, here's the thing. We don't know that we're doing something outdated because it's normal for us. If somebody doesn't tell us, we don't know until we embarrass ourselves. If we love somebody, we have to say, hey, don't say that anymore. That's really inappropriate. Doesn't mean what it meant when we were younger or whatever. So if we look at the characteristics of a person who's perfected or moving toward perfection, we look at self-discipline. Keeping our word, completing our tasks. We do it to ourselves. We don't require somebody else to do it. So if you have to keep asking somebody, you might say, hey, listen, this is something, like my senior teenager, hey, I'm done telling you, do it.
Yeah,
you got to do it on your own.
It's up to you now, yeah.
Right. Self-awareness, recognizing our role in relationships and events. It's always easy to say it's the other person's fault. The other person might have said something that caused a reaction in you, but we were there. So we're part of it. We have to remember that. We talk about self-regulation, monitoring our emotions and reactions, and thoughtfully, and this is the hard part, choosing what we say and do. And I really appreciate, because I'm a strong-willed person, and I obviously don't mind talking. I really appreciate somebody who'll say, please don't say that. When you say that, I feel this way. I would never know if they didn't tell me.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Way, yeah.
Self-sacrifice. So often we think we should have everything all the time when we want it. I think it's good to do without something for the benefit of others, to do without maybe going out to dinner for, over a period of years because you're saving for your kids' college or, saving up for a special thing that you want to pay for and not have a big debt. I also think it's good to give up something for the sake of giving up something so that when you're in a situation when you don't want to do it, you know how to resist something. And if somebody's trying to get you to do something by manipulating you with money or treats, you can go, no, thank you, I don't need that. The last one, of course, I shouldn't say of course, no one would know this, is humility. Recognizing that even when we're doing a good job, it's going to be fleeting. A mistake is around the corner. And if we're witnessing somebody else's mistake, that's exactly where they just were a second ago. So we don't want to think, I've got it knocked. I am perfect. Get with me. Growth is possible. Correction is required. And if we're going to ask this of people we love, we have to demand it of ourselves. So if we love other people, we have to apply these same things to loving ourselves by modeling it, discussing our process, teaching what to do. I think it's really important to teach our kids how to handle things. Correct when somebody does something wrong, and to provide appropriate rewards and consequences. It's okay to withdraw a privilege if somebody hasn't earned it. It's okay. So we have to work toward our best and speak up with kindness and honesty.
That's the key there, too. If you want to say something and, be honest with someone, you can do it in a nice, friendly way and not have it ruffle any feathers or something along those lines, too. So our topic for today kind of focused around Valentine's Day tomorrow. We've been talking love these last couple of weeks. You can find out more online, listen to past shows, get resources on these shows, and find out all kinds of things at safeharboril.com. You can call 630-466-8657 as well. It's Your Life Matters with clinical social worker Dr. Beth Plachetka from Safe Harbor Counseling and Dr. Beth Speaks. We'll see you again next week.